So hey, we got Nick from was it No City? Is that how
Yeah.
to say it? All right,
Yep.
cool. I'm excited. I don't know shit about what you guys are doing, and every single time I see it, I'm like, why don't I know what these guys are doing? So I'm excited that you're here. But
Awesome. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
Nick just asked like, "Hey, are you part of that whole like Blue Dack thing?" And I'm like, "Yep." Uh, and we went from we're probably gonna launch to oh shit, let's just launch on Thursday. And which and Nick was saying, isn't that kind of how it is? And it really is like, and being I'm partnered with Blue and a few other people in this little side project we got going on. We're gonna start with 21 reward pools in Blue for Blue other token pairs, and if you search my Twitter, you can find out what those pairs are going to be, which is kind of fun. But yeah, like we wanted to have sort of some connective tissue and rewarded LP, because that's the one thing that I noticed on PancakeSwap and a lot of these other platforms that have Moon to fucking gone. They're rewarding LP in a very aggressive way, whereas Alcor just wasn't, right? It's like, hey, you can have 0.3% of every transaction, but those things move so much that nobody's getting into those pools, and so there's no liquidity, and so a slight breeze will knock them the fuck over, right? So we're starting with that, but then we're going to be opening the whole thing up so that anybody with a membership NFT, again available on Thursday, is going to be able to set up their own pool. So if Aether wants to come in and set up a reward pool for Aether, they're going to be able to do it, and like we won't even be able to stop them, and we won't care, but just fucking go to town and have fun. So it'll be true for every single token, and then we're going to get into NFT staking and democratize that. So we've seen a lot of other projects that are trying to basically say like, hey, listen, like we're going to be able to do NFT staking, but the projects are going to have to charge us, pay them like 50 grand or whatever the fuck it is. And we just think it should all be available to every single project that wants to do it. So stake any NFT for any token, you guys set the timeline and it'll just work. It should be fun. So revolutionizing fucking DeFi and NFT gaming.
Are you changing the world without me again?
I'm sorry, dude. I knew you were coming.
That's all right. Welcome, Nick, and I'm happy to hear you. I'm happy to meet you. But yeah, that's sweet. I'm super excited. And welcome back, Corey.
Yeah, it feels good to be back, man. Yeah, STC said good morning. Hope you had a good break, Corey. Like I did technically have a break, but I felt like I was working the whole time. And like working, right? Like trying to figure out if we could actually meet my absolutely ridiculous deadline of October 14th to launch Blue Dack, which it looks like we're just gonna do, I guess. I still need to talk to the devs. Like I'm waiting for the devs to come back and say like, we got to test this more, you fucking asshole, and then we'll push it back, because that would be super fair. Looks like the amount of work that they put in already is kind of absurd. Anyway, never mind all that shit. No City, like start at the beginning. Tell us everything.
So where to start? I started with Gnome Series back in March. I was new to whole NFTs. I created a shit show with my rarity, my filters, all the other stuff on Atomic Hub. Can't fix it. Long story short, it's a shit show with that. But we started creating these gnomes that we already had 150 of them made. And, we wanted to have that feel of like, be able to have a good variety. So it's like, if you're into soccer, you can get a soccer gnome. If you're into football, you get a football gnome. So we really just created like a variety of all these characters. And all of a sudden, I would say about a month in, I was thinking, I'm like, there's no game on Wax blockchain that is really like an actual, I don't want to say an actual game, but a game that really evolves around, be able to collect all these different characters. Because all the games that are out there, it's, hey, we have 10 characters you can play with. Here's that. And then that's it. So I was thinking more of like, hey, like how cool would it be to really just create this whole huge game that's going to be able to be playable from the fact of be able to do a PvP match, be able to do racing, to be able to explore the city, which is coming soon, where you can actually capture, NFTs in the wild. So you can click of a button, go somewhere. If you want to go to Brazil, go for it. If you want to go to New York, go for it. And really to be able to get so immersed into this world of collecting these NFTs and really having fun with it. I've watched a lot of other games on other blockchains, how they operate and how they kind of really get the community to unite in a way. And I feel like that was kind of missing. And Uplift, I think you guys, they do a great job. With the way you guys have your community and everything, I looked at how you guys grew and stuff like that. And just the Wax blockchain in general, it's such an infancy stage where, all these games need to get together. All these games need to work together and really just build this really big Wax ecosystem. I go to other people and they're like, I have no idea what Wax is. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm trying to explain to them, like, the fees are so low. Like, why are you on these other platforms? So
it's so absurd, right? Like, I keep trying to, and we've all been trying to explain to them. They're like, oh, I hate gas fees. Cool. You can just, it's been a lot of us, we've been doing this for a minute. Like, you can just do this. Oh, no, I can't. No. And okay. All right.
Yeah, it's tough. And, I see Wax and Atomic Hub and just in general, I think the way it's evolving since I've been joined since March, I think it's there. The foundation's there. We just need to get the players up. We need to really unite and really get other games involved. What you guys are doing with Blue Deck is really awesome. Be able to let other, currencies and stuff like that really jump in and create this reward pool. I think that's what we need in this in Wax in general. And yeah, I mean, my whole concept was be able to eventually start getting other collections involved. I don't care if you have less than $1,000 in sales. If it fits our model and we can fit you in, let's do it. Stuff like that. So, I mean, the roadmap is really big. I still have phase 4 and part of 3 that I haven't really talked about. But I mean, as you guys know, it's like, just trying to just evolve with the space and try to keep up with the pace of, other games on different blockchains. I mean, as people can see that, there's other games that are making extremely large amount of money. And it's insane that people are spending so much on other platforms, but yet Wax is totally different. But I have faith in Wax. I think Wax is going to be the future in the next few years. I mean, it only makes sense for, games in general, besides the CPU and RAM. But I'm assuming they'll get that fixed eventually in the future. But just in general, the transactions fees are just so low. It only makes sense to build and build and build. And I'm excited to see, just in general, all the Wax blockchain games really evolve. I've been watching some that are, coming soon. I'm excited to see some of these games really evolve. I think it's awesome. And like I said earlier, I really think we're in infancy stage with Wax and Atomic Hub, and game developers and everyone that's on this chain really can unite and really bring the community together and keep building. I mean, we've all seen Our Planet. It was doing great, and then it just dropped off. That game, that was like my first, like, I want to say, like, game I really looked at. I was like, wow, this is amazing. How many people are playing? How many people are, interacting? And then, it just takes one little thing to really make them go down a notch. And it's a shame. And I think if you look at the charts on Atomic Hub, everything was great in May, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And it started to kind of dip down a little bit in terms of users and just in general. So I'm excited, but I really think that we're all going to bounce back on Atomic Hub and Wax.
Yeah, I agree. And with Our Planet too, like they got way ahead of their own inflation curve, right? And they'll admit it, like that. It got in front of them, and they didn't release what needed to come after that quick enough. Which, like, it's gonna happen, right? And so, I'm not selling any of my Our Planet shit. I don't know that it'll ever come back to that level, because that level was like fueled with hyper speculation. It was kind of fucking mental, but it could, right? Like, I don't know, and who knows? But like, it's gonna come back to some degree or another. Like, they've got some really fun mechanics going on. That's a great lesson for all of us, right? Like, Uplift, we've got infinite inflation going on, and so we need to counter that with infinite deflation, right? Like, we need to make sure that we've got it so that the circulating supply is managed, which is why we're not adding any new miners. We're not adding any of the community mining stuff and a lot of the other stuff that we wanted to add. Is because we need to get behind it first, and we're going to do that, right? Like, so that's something that we're figuring out, and every other project is kind of doing the same thing, right? You need to be managing it, frankly, in the same way that Axie does, right? Because like they change everything they're doing every single season. They've got about 3 or 4 years under their belts already to be figuring that stuff out, but it can be managed. So it's gonna be fun to watch that happen. Also, I'm apparently like a level 3 trainer in this, and I haven't fucked with it yet, which seems like a really What did I do? How did I make this work?
So
I need more Noken. God damn it! Fuck.
Do you
I mean, that's not something that you hear every day, but I kind of want to stand outside on the street corner until I hear somebody yelling across, I need more Noken. I need more Noken.
Right?
Have you tried PvP yet?
I haven't tried any of this yet. I think I just bought some a while back and then forgot to do anything with it because everything's been too fucking crazy.
Well, you got to make sure one's at least a level 1 or higher, and then you can add it to your lineup, and then you can go into PvP. But it's all about balancing your skills. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, I'm losing a lot." Well, you just put 500 skill in one column. You want to put it all your skills and balance it out.
Yeah,
because it's all weight based. So if you had, for example, combat could be 5 skill points, and then when you go up against someone, if you beat them in combat, you win those 5 points.
that's cool.
I think my game's a little bit confusing to a lot of newcomers because I don't do a good explaining a lot of this stuff. I'm really just trying to beat other games to the punch with a lot of this stuff. So I'm just like releasing, and my devs are like, slow down. Like you need to explain all this. But
I don't know. I'm with you, dude. Like I'm in the move fast and break shit category when I'm at my happiest. Because with Uplift, we got a fairly big team now, and we have to respect our devs' time and lack of going insane when we push too hard, all that stuff. We brought Tuttle in from Cogs fame to basically do that, right? And so now everything that we do, I just run through Tuttle, and if she says yes, then yay, because we can actually do it. But standing this blue deck stuff up, Blue and I are kind of once we decided to burn the ships and just fucking start rocking and rolling, we're just fucking breaking everything. Hey, do you want to just make memberships and just release them today? Yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It's super fun. Are the devs ready? I don't know. We'll find out soon. But it's super fun. Anyway, speaking of which, so Noken isn't on our token list. But we're gonna be adding a bunch over the next 30 days. And so I just put you at the top of the list as far as getting a reward pool on Blue Deck. So
that'd be awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Man, we want to connect every project in our ecosystem to every other project, right? And that having Blue as the central node to do that and deepening all the liquidity and rewarding that all ourselves just feels like something that this could be pretty fun.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to look at that and really, see you more as the central area where all the games are going to be able to unite and community. It's exactly what we need. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go buy some Noken right motherfucking now.
I mean, and that's what this whole show is about, right? This whole show, Tech Talk on Tuesday, is for you to be able to come in here and do your devs justice and explain, the technical aspects behind how people can understand this game better. So, I mean, it works around the clock in that kind of way. But yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, there's not that many games in the space that have this kind of aspect where you can have, unique original characters. The only one that I can really think of, to be honest, might be Blancos. They've got these kind of unique based characters. But I when I was searching through, to come up with images for the cover, I was just blown away by the vast amount of characters that you guys have put together.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of shit for releasing too many. I mean, it happens all the time because everyone thinks I'm oversupplying, but with the model that we want to create really is you don't have to have every single one. And I think that's where a lot of people now are I have to have every single one because that's what a lot of games are going after. Oh, I need to have this, I need to have this, I need to have this. But
don't tell them that. This is good if they try to buy every single one.
But then you get the people who are hey, I had someone in my chat yesterday. It was kind of comical to me. He told me go buy a Lambo with all my money and stuff like that. I'm this isn't about the money. I've withdrawn maybe $20,000 worth of wax since starting, and it's not about the money. It's really about building this idea that I have and vision. And every time someone asks me what can this gnome do when we first started, I said it was just a collectible. Don't see this as an investment. This is just a collectible. And then when the game kind of started coming up, I told them everything's gonna have a utility. So I have the PvP where you can set your lineup. I have the racing where you can add a driver. I have eggs, so you can evolve your characters into Series 2, which is going to be a lot more cleaner on Atomic Hub, and filters and stuff like that. But you can collect these eggs every hour. You can stake your gnomes, and each character has its own egg. So eventually, if you have a certain character you like, you can evolve that into the next evolution. So I'm really trying to build this concept where you don't need every single one in our game, and really pick your favorite. Or if you do want to have all of them, they all have utility behind it, and it's not just your typical staking of, okay, well, you can stake and get Noken, or you can stake it and do all this stuff with it. It's really do what you want with it. You want to go PvP, you want to go race, you want to go do other stuff. That was our whole mindset, where it's not just one thing. And a lot of these games out there, it's just click, set, and forget, and you walk away, and that's it. So I also get a lot of crap where I do have limits. Yeah, I mean, it's so complex. I think I've confused a lot of people when they enter our game. I need to do a better job explaining and really getting, I guess, the words out there. But it's really in depth in a way of really, it's just not just one little game. And I think that's where Wax, a lot of games that are out there, they do very well for a little bit, and then people are like, well, this is kind of boring. But then they're getting rewarded in a way, so they're going to continue playing because they're making money. So I mean, there's just, I guess, a lot to it.
No, you're right. Normal smart people do if they want to make money, but I get lost because I'm like, oh, I don't just want to go in there and click another button. I've got things to do, and research and like cool things to look at, and like art, and so I'm kind of on that side of the aspect. I think like a lot of people, you're right, they will just go in there and click a button and they'll do it, but then it becomes more like a chore as opposed to a game, and it's just not what I'm here for personally, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, look at Uplift. You can walk around. You can do so much. Like,
Yeah.
that's where it really comes a fine line. Like, okay, you want to have fun, but also be rewarded. And like what you guys are doing with Uplift, I think there's just so much that these other games on Wax can evolve. I think we can take this and really go a little bit more in depth. It shouldn't just be one game mode. It shouldn't just be stake and walk away and go, oh, I'm going to log in 30 days later and claim what I need to claim.
Yeah.
But I think we're in such an infancy stage. I think everyone was like, hey, I need to get something out. I need to get something out. I want to be the first game to do X, Y, and Z. I don't blame them. I'm the same way. That's why I kind of rushed my game a little bit to get game modes out, because I'm like, hey, I want to be the first game that has PvP, racing, and all this other stuff that you can do multiple stuff.
And this is the thing. Like, this cycle is gonna be fun. I think there's like, to all the people that are like raging and trying to like make $18 trillion off projects like this in a couple months, fuck off. Like, fuck all the way off. You might make that amount of money. I made it on our planet. A lot of other people did. I made it on Alien Worlds. A lot of other people did. Projects that and this is my opinion. If you don't like the opinion, you can stop watching and just tell me to fuck off because I'm an asshole. You could do that. But I mean, like, the real money is made in games like Axie, right? They've been around 4 years. They've been grinding for 4 years, and they're building game dynamics like this. And from what I've seen so far on GNO City, like, you're building a lot of those things in there and a lot more, right? And you're building for mass adoption, not for 100 people who can then lord that over 100 more people or whatever. Like, you're building to scale, which is what you have to do, right? It's the same kind of thing we're doing with Uplift, and people don't always understand that, right? Like, what you have right now and what the number, like how much land is in the next 6 months. I've said this, people didn't believe me. I don't care what the price of land is right now. I don't, right? We're in this for 4 to 8 years, not fucking 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, anyway. I think that's a great point. I think a lot of these games are like, hey, I want to make money, I want to make money. And then you have the whole NFTs. They're like, I want to make money, I want to make money. But it's not about the short-term goals. It's really about the long-term. Like, personally, I'm going to be doing this for years to come. And I really want to see other games really do that. And I think a lot of them are in the pipeline that I've seen that are coming soon that look in depth and looks like their roadmap looks great. I'm excited for that kind of stuff. I want to see that stuff really hit the Wax blockchain. I think it's going to be stronger than your other games that are just like, hey, yeah, I just want to make a quick buck. I want to sell these packs for whatever, and I want to make all this money, and then just kind of walk away from just doing little updates to the game. And I'm trying to go away from that. I'm trying to really be that game that's going to be updating almost weekly. I let this consume me so many hours in a day, but at the end of the day, it's not about the dollar amount. It's really about getting that community to enjoy the game and really build from there. And I think Wax in general, I think we can really all learn from all the mistakes of other games as well. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of games come out, and I've seen a lot of rug pulls. It's kind of disappointing, but you can't really stop that. I mean, Atomic Hub's trying their best to whitelist certain people and stuff like that, but we all need to really keep on building the longevity of these games and long term.
Can we have a rug pull betting game in Gnome World where like you have to bet and then they pull the rug out from underneath them? But like that's the way that I kind of look at it, right? Like if we take a step back outside of the blockchain crypto space and you think about it, like what do most people do in life? Most people, they wear their asses off, right? And there are people who like just try to make money and stack money and stack money, but the majority of people, they work their asses off so they have enough money to spend. And what do they spend that on? They usually spend it on things like games. They spend it on sports. They spend it on these, hobbies. So we kind of live in the best of both worlds right now, where we can like, speculate a little bit on some of these games. But once we get to the point where we can make enough money to survive, then we're making money surviving, doing what we would spend normal money on anyway. It's just like a maximalization of everything that is good in the world, right? And I like if you're in this space because you enjoy gaming, or you're in this space because you enjoy art or you enjoy music and you want to see like how blockchain can transform, then you're in the right place to be, right? If you're in this space to drain as much capital as you can out of this system and like take it back to the real world to buy, I don't know, something, I mean, that's okay too. But like in 8 to 10 years, you're still going to be in the exact same place as you are now, trying to scrounge for every little single thing, where the people who are in here, who are supporting these projects, who are seeing and helping them grow, I think are going to be in a lot better state. Not financial advice. That's Jimmy D advice. And talk to me in 8 years. Right?
That's life advice, motherfuckers. So hey, I just bought one of the packs for Noken, and then I'm trying to like set my lineup, but I don't think anything can like how now what I do. Just teach me the ways. Fuck it. Let's get the screen up here so I can quit. So I can quit being terrible. I want to figure out where I got those things.
So did you open the pack?
I did.
All right, so go to you'll need to add a skill. So you'll need to get like a skill from the, if you had Noken, you can go to the dash cell, which is the like the phone icon right at the top.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh,
and
so
then,
I need these things right here?
Yeah, you could buy one of those packs and then open that.
Buy the fuck out of that. I don't know why I'm swearing so much this morning. I swear when I get excited. All right.
It's a skill in a different way. I mean, buying stuff.
Oh, did I get
out of stuff?
Did I get two? How did I get two?
I guess you had one.
Oh, I wonder if it got. I got the 4,500 pack. I wonder if that came in there too.
Oh, it did.
Okay, cool. I don't care. Now I got two. Yippity doo dah. I'm excited about it.
Yo, Nefty's doing some cool stuff.
Holy sheep shorts. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so this is where you're going to start applying. The gems are used for our blends for GNOME, so those aren't going to be used. But if you go back to GNO City after this.
Yeah. Man. I feel like this game's about to eat more of my time. And like, fuck you, Nick.
Hey, like it's been in the comments like 10 times. You should have known that. Everyone's saying I found this yesterday and I'm addicted already. Right?
Yeah, right?
So now go below. You see like the little medical thing?
Yes. Health
It's
center.
below that. Go down one. Yep. Apply skills. Now, if you had a GNOME pack, click on the GNOME banner.
The GNOME series banner?
Yep.
Okay.
And this will show your skills. So you want to apply them. Again, you want to balance it out. So there's different.
Hey, I probably want to stake 100 Noken too, right?
Yeah. So that would give you a 20% bonus every time you apply. You only have to stake it once.
Definitely do that shit. Let's rock and roll. Doink. Success. Cool. I like bonuses. All right. So now what do I do?
So if you scroll down, do you have gnomes? Let's see. scroll down a little bit more.
Oh,
Yeah, so you have gnomes down there. So if you go back to the top, you want to take your skills and apply it to one of these. I would recommend doing, of each skill, but you want to balance it out. So if you have 5 XP of everything, I would take the 5 XP and select all different ones. So you got the speed, assassin, looks like awareness. So you select them. You see that button that says select?
Okay, select skill.
Yep. And then just grab a few more. You don't have to
Okay,
balance
so
it out now, but I'll show you.
assassin. But we
Yep.
might as well try an awareness. Is there any? Is that all? Oh, there's willpower, intelligence 5. What is this? Willpower 5. Speed I already did. Rare awareness skill 50. What? Maybe I'll save that for my next one. Is that it?
There's a little bit more, but
there's defense, so intelligence, rare. I got some fucking baller shit up in this. Combat skill. All right, so I don't have any defense. Can I just do like hyper defense, rare defense skill on that metric?
You can. I mean, you're balancing it for the most part for right now.
Okay.
And then if you scroll down, you want to pick your gnome that you want to apply it to. So each rarity is going to matter. The amount of Noken you're going to earn if you win a match.
Okay.
So I believe the allure is probably your best bet here, or the plated. Your allure is that one that's moving. It's right next to the soccer one.
Right.
The tiki gnome. You see the tiki one?
Oh, that's pretty good. So should I not do like all the 50s on this thing to get all the cool shit onto the cool shit?
So I would, whatever one you really want to focus on. I mean, you can always add more to it. So it's not like what you add today.
We could just like pile all of this onto one thing.
You could, but the problem is if you don't balance it out, you're going to lose certain weight points in PvP.
Okay.
But for this purpose, I mean, if you want to try it out, just click level up on it.
I do. Boink. Success.
And now if you go to the lineup screen, which is the second icon to the left, yep, you can now select it. So you want to select in lineup. You don't want to swap. You don't have anything to swap yet.
Got it.
And then click save lineup. It's the second button. Now it's going to have 0 health, so you're going to have to get a health NFT. I'll send you one if you want. What's your wallet?
db.qw.wham.
Hold on.
I can send it to you in private chat if you want.
Yeah, if you can, real quick.
Yeah.
I have some health items.
I'm digging the consumables. Fancy. Got some baller ass defense. So PvP, like, do we want to have like 5 that are kind of leveled up?
Yeah, you do, because what's going to happen is it's gonna in our matchmaking, it's gonna pick something within 5 levels. So if you're level 2 for that or level 3, you probably want to get like a level 6 or 7 in there.
Okay.
And then it'll try to find someone within 5 levels. But right now you have no health, so you're not going to be able to find the match because you don't have any health. So I'm going to send you some health.
Cool.
Yeah, you might be somebody's got eyes on you there, Corey.
What's that?
I don't know. Corey Patton's looking. He's hoping you attack him.
Because I'll probably freaking get my ass handed to me, but that's fun.
So if you refresh that page, you should have some health now. You can apply it to that allure.
All right.
So
that's fun. Okay.
Yeah, you can select any of them. That'll give you 100. You can have 250 health with the food. But you get free heals every 24 hours if you're not attacked or attacking.
Okay. So once I select that, how do I apply it?
So go to the first one.
Here.
Scroll up a little bit. Scroll up. Your first one is the one in the lineup there.
That makes sense. Boom. I should really just fucking whitelist this shit. Approve all. Who's got time? All right. Full buffet. I don't have anything else that I should probably go like upgrade my stuff. I kind of feel like, should I grab like a bunch more of these skills packs and just like fuck some shit up or what?
I mean, you don't have to, but I would say first learn the mechanics. So like you got to balance it out a certain way. Of course, you don't want to go too high, because if you go high and you're like level 20, it's going to take longer to get to a higher level than that, and someone can beat you at level 25.
Got
So
it.
starting off in the beginning is not going to hurt you, because you'll earn experience, and it'll dump into a skill as you do PvP.
Okay.
So eventually you have to pull that from your lineup and rebalance it anyway.
So I have a question. If you lose, you lose some of those points, some of those attributes that are in that, like you were saying, like your hit points or something get transferred over to the other user. Can you ever lose the gnome itself, or will it just get drained to like 0 power levels?
It'll get drained to 0 health. I didn't believe in destroying people's collectibles.
Right, I love that. Like that's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
unique,
better.
I think, as well.
But we also have other areas of the game where we're thinking that can eventually happen. But personally, to me, I'd be pissed off if I lost my NFT. Like, what the hell? But maybe even losing experience. But right now, it's all progressive. But it's
Maybe,
so.
I mean, maybe even like an opt-in PvP where people can opt in that if they lose their NFT, and the rest of them are like, non-opt-in. Like, I don't know if that's possible on the back end, but I know some people really enjoy it. But I'm with you. I'm like, man, I put all this time into building this crazy ass tiki gnome up. I don't want to lose that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nova Rally, don't they have like a burning thing where it destroys your?
Yeah, they do, and like I think a lot of people
I kind of like
it.
that. I kind of like that too, though. It's like racing for pink slips. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go, Morton. Play for pink slips. There you go. And so but I love the idea that we have these games that are kind of credibly and awesomely, working on that, right? Like testing these different iterations out. I think is really smart. Also, what are these gems?
So they're going to be used for blends with gnomes. So if you have these, a lot of people either list them for the secondary market for wax, or when we announce a blend for a gnome, these are used as well to blend it into like a higher rarity card.
All right, I'm keeping that shit. If I'm gonna play, I'm gonna play. So that's a level 2. My other one is, I don't know where my other one went. Where's that other one? Oh, it's in my lineup.
You have one in your lineup, and then that gold plate, it looks like you added skill to.
I did add some skill to
the
that.
dualism.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do this one too. Hey, what are these skills bonus sodas?
So they're 500 XP, I believe, for each one.
For each one across the board?
So if you select what, I can't see, it's really hard to see on your screen, but whatever that skill is that assassin or awareness?
It's awareness.
So that awareness will be 500 XP. And we did that because we kind of wanted to balance stuff out a little bit. Because people were like, well, it's going to take me forever to be a level 150. So we added some of these sodas.
I mean, might as well go for a soda. Nobody hurts. Nobody dies. Nobody cries.
All right, so that guy is now a 300. How is he 300? Don't get me wrong, I'm not mad about it.
Probably all those
yeah,
sodas.
this one down here, I added a can to it, and it's 300 on the awareness now. I kind of want to. Okay, well, let me just get through the rest of these things here.
I like how the can of soda peaks up the awareness. It's all that sugar. You got the sugar hype in you now.
I'm just gonna kind of fuck shit up for a minute. I don't know what I'm doing, and then we'll get better. Okay, so the Nana split gnome. Do I want to like focus on the purple ones next? I mean, we need a ninja, obviously.
The fragments don't really give you a good reward. They're usually good for blends, but it doesn't hurt to have it in your lineup and just kind of mess around.
Yeah, I just want to get up to the point where I have like 5 actual peoples, right? So is that is that what you're talking about as far as fragment?
Yeah, so like that one, that ninja's a fragment.
Got it. Okay. Well, maybe I'll get some more freaking. See, you're making me buy shit. Like I get another one of those packs. Yeah, fuck it. What?
Yeah, I don't know why that happens sometimes. You just refresh and it'll click
All
buy
right.
again.
Cool. Oh, Corey Patton, thank you so much. 250 and 200% or 20% bonus for the soda, 300 XP. Thank you for paying attention. You're a freaking rock star. Anyway, this is too much fun now.
He's just loading it. He's just loading your character up so he can take more.
Yeah, you're right. It's like exactly just like let it like leading me to the slaughter. I like it. I like it. All right, now I don't think that worked. It did not. Let's try that again.
I don't know why that's
Refreshing.
happening.
Blink. There we go. Did that work?
Yeah, it took it from your balance.
Awesome. Yeah, so I think like you're gonna end up being one of the first projects that we launch after the initial 21. And I'd love to chat with you about how we can make the biggest splash for you guys with that. Right? Because we're doing like this promo launch and it's 21 pools, blah blah blah. Like we're gonna see what happens, right? It's probably gonna be pretty good, but we don't know. I just want to like figure out how to bring the most benefit to every project that we list, and it should be a lot of fun. Anyway, then we were on the skills thing. Is that what's going on right now? GNO series. Oh, but I probably have in packs now. I probably have another one of those things because I bought the big one. Boom, soda skills situation. Fun. All right, so hopefully, like this is like the kind of content that people are coming here for, right? Like, I mean, I feel like this has to be good, right? Fucking wizard.
It's flashy.
The flaw. It's okay. The lure, your super beta gnome above is a little bit better.
I love how you're so excited. I feel like this has got to be good, right? He's like,
it's moving, damn it.
The dark epic's pretty good too. That alien one.
All right, I like epic. All right, well, so we got awareness, speed. Let's just fuck this string up. Awareness, speed, power, defense. Do I not want to get it over a certain power level?
Not really. I mean, it's all about just balancing it out.
Okay. All right, and we already got awareness. What do we not have on here? Attack power. Do I have anything on here that's attack power? No. Scheisse. All right, well, fuck it. Let's start there. On which one did we say? Oh, yeah, the alien.
You could do the alien dark epic. That's a good one.
Yeah. Let's begin. Boom.
Yeah, we also have official tournaments that are going to drop soon. We just have a lot.
You have so much shit going on here, dude. Like this is and again, like people will come to this as they come to this, but this is the sleeper giant on wax as of right now. Like I mean the game dynamics, right? Like the complexity and the depth and the fact that all of this shit just works. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm gonna need to hire someone to fucking but whatever. All right.
A lot of people say they need a PhD to play this, and I'm like, it's not that complicated once you kind of understand the basic principles behind it.
You just need to hire a 5-year-old. This is really what you need to do.
I mean, there's probably going to be a point where like play to damn it.
You want to try that again?
Play to pay games become so lucrative that people are hiring pay to play game managers to
Axie's doing this already. So the entire Axie scholarship program is because people don't have time to play with their 3 Axies at a time or whatever it is, and so they just hire other people to grind all day, every day, and they're making like more than minimum wage in America doing it. It's ridiculous.
That's crazy.
When scholarship program, Mr. Nick?
I think it would be interesting to see in the future, like, will esports eventually hit these NFT games, and how's that going to evolve? It's going to be crazy.
I think
actually
that'll
doing
be
live tournaments
inevitable.
already. So this is already happening.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So let's go see what I got for my lineup over here. Sorted by highest level. All right. So let's do this one.
Then you select and line up the green button to the right.
Got it. Select and lineup, and then save lineup.
You can add multiple, so you can select that one.
Boink, boink, boink,
and then save at the top.
Cool. All right. All right. I'm here for it. Now what do I do? Oh, I heal slot 1.
Yeah, you can heal them. You have your free heals, I think. It looks like.
Where do I buy health?
So you see that orange button? It's consumables.
Orange button. Yes.
You'll see. And then there's a pack right there you can just buy. It'll give you a good amount to start.
I need to send wax to that account, which I could totally do.
But you can do the free heals for now.
What are the free heals?
So like each slot you have right there, you can heal it.
Oh, did that exception thing again.
Do the free heals regenerate or?
Yeah, every 24 hours, as long as you're not attacked or attacking, you get these free heals. Because I didn't want it to be like people that have to sit here and keep on buying these packs. If you want to keep on playing, you can. But I always
basically means like you can kind of play a couple times a day or whatever.
Yeah,
I like that a lot, man. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, just watching you go through the process of setting this up, I can see what Steve's saying. Like, it is really interactive, right? And like, it might be confusing, but at the same time, for those people who really want to put some thought into like, strategy, it seems like this is a place to be. It seems to me to be more like more like a traditional, based console game in that sense, where something like Final Fantasy, where you get to like kind of, but instead of like picking your characters, you actually kind of get to like build them yourself, which kind of seems really cool.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you got into a match. We'll see what happens.
I'm trying. All right. Oh,
so
I lost. So this is automatic?
Yeah, it'll pick someone for you.
And then just kind of like it just dukes you out automatically behind the scenes kind of thing?
Yeah, so what we're working on now, it'll break down like where you see like your winner experience and stuff. We're going to break down like where you lost and the skill asset. So it'll tell you what the player won in terms of the weight algorithm. Because a lot of feedback I'm getting from people like, well, why did I lose? But there's also an RNG.
What's the feedback? Like, how better? Skill increased willpower skill? I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so that person won that willpower skill. It looks like they don't have much going on. So they only won 4. It looks like 4.8. I can't really see it from here. But your health
winner experience increase 4.8. Okay. Battle log card and trainer. So NFT health decreased 18% or minus 18, sorry. Okay.
But then you can do another match. It's not like you're stuck to only doing one. You'll see your energy is drained to the top. You lost 5 energy.
Yeah. Cool.
You can go all the way up to 0, or down to 0. And then we also have like these energy NFTs where you can boost it if you want to play more. But for now, I mean, a lot of people get a good amount of matches in through PvP right now.
Right. All right. So let's do it again. Find a match. Recent matches. God.
And a lot of people, when they do find a match, it might get an error, and it's like an asset error. We have that red box there if you have, because we're capturing the mint number on these NFTs because it's part of the algorithm. If you have a lower mint number, you win that skill base or that weight base. And you're on a losing streak.
Yep. I mean, just like, dude, our planet mints, I'm fucking amazing at losing.
Well, I mean, but like, yeah, you're amazing at losing, but you're still getting something, right? Like,
it's because I'm consistent as hell. Like I'll
Yeah.
grind for millions of years,
Yeah.
and I have to
Like,
because I'm gonna lose the whole time.
and the base point, and like the base thing that you actually get in return, it's much more valuable than a fucking participation ribbon. That's for sure.
3 in a row, rock and roll. Oh, it's freaking
And the
funny.
concept behind this as well. I mean, as you level up, eventually the levels will have a little bit more value.
Yeah,
So, like on the secondary market, if you have an NFT at level 150, in my mind, I think it's worth a little bit more because it's a higher level, and that's where I kind of see like just in general, like Atomic Hub and Wax, like there's not much value of playing with some other games where it's just you play with it and that's it. There's no
yeah.
mutable traits being recorded. Does cost a lot in RAM, and we pay for all the RAM and CPU on the matchmaking. It kills me to have other players pay for it because we did it at first and everyone's like complaining, and I was like, I'm just gonna pay for it at this point because I want a good user experience. I want people to enjoy this game.
Is that
Man, you
5
just
in a
keep
row?
losing.
I'm getting fucking smashed.
How many has the other Corey won? I'm
So
kinda
is there
curious.
how is there anything that I can learn from this?
So like you could click on the actual asset, or like the NFT. So that's your profile or the other person's profile, but you can
Okay.
click on. So if you go into go back into click on like the red part,
The red
it'll show
part.
you that match. And
Okay.
then, so you lost this match. I would click on the winner. You can click on the actual asset, so you can see where their experience is, and you can see where you probably
Oh,
got beat.
their
So if you,
XP is like 10x, way more than 10x mine.
yep. So you might need to level them up, but since they're in your lineup now, you can't level them up, be because we're trying to avoid people trying to just keep on leveling. But you can always withdraw or swap them out, but you can only swap one every 6 hours or 4 hours. I forget what it is. Top
Okay,
of.
so like if I took this one out and then just applied all the rest of my stuff to it.
Yeah. So like if you had, so that's a level 1, you could be going up against a level 6 that has higher, and you're just gonna lose out every
Yeah,
time.
yeah. And because like that's my best card. So like that's bonus XP per win.
Yep. So you get a bonus for if you go on the left hand side there, you'll see like there's a percent symbol on the I think it's the third one, third to last. Yep. So this is where it breaks down the experience. So if you had a mint number 1 through I
Oh,
forget what
cool.
it is. Yeah, it breaks that down. So that's how you get your bonus XP just off of the card rarity and stuff like that. And then if you also have portraits or complex stories, you can also stake them here and get an additional bonus. So if you had 5 portraits, you can get 25% increase in PvP, and then that bonus in your lineup will add to it.
Yeah, dude. This is like hyper complex.
But we also have pets too, and
Of course you have pets. Duh.
that will give you hourly experience, and that's where you can start stacking your experience in these NFTs as well.
So I need to go buy some pets.
Yeah, I mean, we also have like packs that I would say that aren't out. I'll send you a pack so you can enjoy the pets as well, but
Okay.
they're loaded pretty well
All right.
in terms of pets.
Fun. All right.
We
So now I gotta. How do we get on the top 100 so I can get land? Because
So we already did
I
that
love land.
snapshot.
Damn it.
I just did that on Friday, so you
Okay.
just missed. But I think we will be releasing, land. I would say probably in about a month or so, and then we'll probably release more areas where you can get whitelisted. But we also don't want to release too much land. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we have about 600 to 700 active players right now.
Okay.
But I want to make sure I just release land. Not, I don't want to oversupply it. I want people to have fun with it and stuff like that. And this is where if you have the specific cards for an egg, you can stake them and you get hourly eggs. And then eventually, when Series 2 is out, you'll be able to basically clone your NFT. So if you have a level 150 and you have
Yeah.
this enough eggs, you can clone it into the Series 2 evolution card of that and have a new card. Also, have your old one as well. So you're not like burning it and stuff like that. And then the trick with that, we're trying to create a way where it's like proof of ownership. So in Series 2, you won't be able to get that Series 2 pack from us directly unless you have the evolution. And my principle behind that, I mean, if you have these these starting cards you collected since we came out,
Yeah.
I think you should be rewarded. I think you should be able to enter Series 2 before everybody else. You should have the evolution, and really kind of build from there.
Yeah, so basically your whitelist is based off of your active players first, and then whatever's left over, you'll allow other people to come in and start to play. I like that model, actually.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
And we also have a story mode on the left-hand side. So if you're collecting a certain card that's in the story mode, you could just claim it, and you'll win an NFT in our reward pool. And then you also get experience that you can allocate with a certain bar. So that's like the receipt-looking thing above PvP mode.
I think Corey just attacked me. Fuck. Yeah, that's gonna happen a lot.
That's good.
I'm cool with it. No, that's fun. Yeah, getting experience to start building these characters up seems like something that I need to do. Because like right now, I'm at like 10% of what these other players have for their experience. So I'm gonna have to get my shit together. Yeah, IT dev. It's hard to get all the features and how they are connected, but if you play for some days and try them out, it's easy to understand it. It's kind of like when you first start screwing around with A-Chain project on Binance Smart Chain, it's like it'll break your brain. But it's actually all the pieces are very, very simple. It's just like you have to do it for a while to start grokking like what it all means. And it's not as complicated as this. But this is shinier.
But I mean,
NFTs.
Complicated. It seems
not bad.
It seems like it might be a problem for the first few days, but that's what keeps it enticing for the long haul, right? Like,
what's this story mode and how do I play that?
So if you have the card that it's asking, you enter it, and then you can click claim, and what will happen is it will give you an NFT from our reward pool. It could be any NFT on Atomic Hub, so it could be
I don't have the NFT for that. All right,
it could be tops, it could be whatever that's in the reward pool.
Yeah,
and you'll earn that, and then also experience as well that you can allocate a certain way.
It's like a vending machine for in-game users. That's great. I like it.
All right, hey, I have to go do freaking business.
We should do gratitudes before you go, though. Do you have a couple minutes?
I don't have time. You should definitely do it though if you can get in.
Okay, we'll take them here and then we'll put them up later.
Okay, yeah, that'll be good. I'll write mine down too, so it's in the comments.
Sweet. So what are you grateful for, Nick?
I am grateful for pretty much life in general, NFT space, and pretty much everything, honestly. And that's pretty corny, but there's just so much going on in life, and everyone's looking at the negatives in life, and I'm just grateful for everything that's going on.
I'm with you. It sucks for some people, but I'm one of those people that believe that like if you can deal with your own demons and ghosts, that no matter how bad shit gets, there's always a way to turn it around. Some might be luckier than others, that's true, but yeah, definitely. Doesn't always have to be a basket of negativity, right?
Yoshi Drops is launching more Oxymoron stuff in 3 days. I'm gonna throw the link.
We made more than what they just launched last week. Oh my god, it's almost like we're bringing value.
I mean, well, no, the thing is with what Oxymoron's doing, they're going to fund their entire tour, which is like a huge thing for them. Because they were about to sign a deal with a record label that was going to own their fucking asses for the rest of time.
Right.
And instead they're dropping NFTs. And that to me is just like, as a, erstwhile musician, it's a thing.
One more update from Yoshi Drops as well. Go back to Saturday night, I believe Saturday, and watch the show I did with Blackbeard Willie and the guys from the Bad Days team. We did a raffle for the 4 levels of rarity, and we pulled 10 mint numbers, and those 10 people will actually get a golden ticket that allows them a character in the new Bad Days game. So that's all on the channel below. You can find that if you happen to have that that mint number of that rarity in your wallet. You'll be able to go over there and submit the form and get your basically free Bad Days game character, which is pretty sweet. And thanks for joining us, Nick. I hope that you come back. I'm personally grateful for play to earn and you know the life-changing momentum that I think it's going to shoot us towards. But yeah, please come back. Please join us here and eventually probably on a roundtable as well, because I don't see any reason why we're not going to be able to fill half of our shows up. The amount of awesome things that's happening in this play to earn space. So very awesome to get the rundown. And I always enjoy seeing Corey teach people the way that he does by learning on screen. This isn't the first time that we've done this, but these are some of my favorite episodes actually. So pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And honestly, like Nick, we're just gonna have you come back because I feel like I know like 5% of what I need to know. And then Corey, you can come back and beat the shit out of me again. But it's fun. Like it's clear to me that you guys are building a beast here, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
And when we do your launch on launch on Blue Deck, we're gonna like make it splash like we just dropped an oil tanker into a puddle.
Well, I appreciate it, and thanks for having me on the show. Let's stay in touch, and let's keep on pushing forward here.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Gotta roll. Cheers,
See you
guys.
on the flip side.
Shopping.